Esteemed, this is your friend Isokari Ololo. We shall be listening to the 127th poetry in the series titled Enslavement Comes in Many Forms. Recognize which one you are subject to. Elucidated by the story. He fought all he could as a reverend minister against all forms of enslavement. He led many anti-apartheid crusades. He preached that God hates enslavement and demonstrated it by delivering the Israelites from Egypt, warning them never to go back there. Every form of slavery is abhorrent to the Lord, he said. Their country was then under the yoke of apartheid regime, and songs of freedom and non-enslavement rent the air everywhere. Every child was so imbued with the cardinal teachings of freedom and human rights that even babies knew their rights and fought for them. The struggle did end the country its independence at last, and jubilation reaped all over the world. Frontline fighters like the Reverend Minister became song heroes. Whereas he was happy with the achievements, one thing bothered Reverend Olusoji. His son Boye had grown into one boy who did not like to attend church at all. He would rather go drinking with friends on Sunday morning, while others came miles away to hear his father preach. And at 19 years of age, he had become a rebel. Boye always disagreed with the father anytime he tried to threaten or intimidate him to change and comply with his wishes. He told the father, every form of enslavement is bad, be it religious, mental, political, social, or cultural. Let me think freely and take my own decisions. It was you who taught all that. Practice it, please. Forcing people to go to church is a way of enslaving them. Every religious force, be it for good intentions or not, is enslavement of one's fellow. Be not the great liberator of men who turned back himself to enslave his fellow men, please. Dear Dad, I know you understand me perfectly. The Reverend smiled mildly and told his son, enslavement is in many forms. That is what I want to save you from. Presently, you are enslaved to ignorance. You are in the chains of ignorance. This is what you do not seem to know. If you knew, you would have struggled out of this chain long ago, since no enslavement is good for humankind, as you admit. The son instead accused his father of being enslaved to church and wanting to rope others into it by force. That night, as the pastor lay in bed, he thought deeply about his lost son and shook his head, contemplating also on truth and illusion. Friends, enslavement comes in many forms. Indeed, one must recognize which one it is subject to. God bless you.